Hey guys, it's Mrs. Finch, your botany teacher, and today we are going to read a book, which is kind of crazy and kind of cool, but here we go. So here's your book. Let me situate my camera here. So the book that we're going to read today is Oh, Can You Seed? All about flowering plants. It's actually part of the Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat's Learning Library System. It's actually by Bunny Worth. So here we go. Oh, say, can you seed? I'm the Cat in the Hat, and I think that you need to come take a look at this thing I call the seed. From the giant gum tree to this very small weed, every flowering plant started out as a seed. Plants are so useful to me and to you. Can you think of the ways? I will name you a few. The paper for books and the cloth for your pants came from trees and from cotton, from two kinds of plants. The grains and the fruits and the veggies you eat, why, they come from plants too, and there's something neat. In the deserts and woods and forests thick, grow plants that can make you feel well when you're sick. Yes, plants serve us well and fill so many needs, and flowering plants all started out as seeds. Just what is a seed, you are wondering maybe? Well, you might say a seed is a tiny baby plant. The best for you to see just what I mean is to take a close look at a seed called a bean. And look at the cool greenhouse, which they call the nursery, but cool greenhouse. Like all seeds, a bean comes in three basic parts. Thing 1 and thing 2 will bring on the charts. Part 1 is the first that you think you should know. It's the part called a baby. It's called an embryo. To sprout, it needs food like you and I do, which brings us to seed part numero 2. It's called a cotyledon. Isn't that fun? This bean seed has 2, but some others have 1. And we actually learned that's a monocot and a dicot. But anyways, last comes the third part that you need to know. It's the coat, which protects our cute bean embryo, the seed coat. To sprout a bean seed, to keep it moist but not wet, keep it covered with dirt and then see what you get. In 7 or so days comes the part that I love. A root spreads below and a stem shoots above. And remember, the germination time is different on every plant. So in our class, we did these turnips the other day, and there it says days to germinate 5 to 10. So they're saying 7 days, but 7 days or so. Now, in order to show a grown bean plant to you, we've traveled in time for some months, maybe 2. So we've got the shoot system, the root system, the parts of the bean plant, the flower, the stem, the fruit, and the roots. Thing 2 calls the part above the shoot system. Thing 1 calls the part underground the root system. To get a good look at the roots underground, it's better to make like a mole, I have found. Roots are not pretty, they're twisty and hairy, and some roots look even a little bit scary. Roots anchor a plant and help it to stand true. Roots suck up the water and minerals too. And roots keep the soil from washing away. That's pretty important now, wouldn't you say? And that's called erosion, if you don't remember us learning that. So the soil washing away is called erosion. And remember, these are tap roots that are coming down. These are carrots. And then we have fibrous roots, which is this grass. We've talked about roots. We have learned about them. Now it's time we moved on up the stem. The stem is a pipe through which water shoots. It's absorbed from the soil and passed up through the roots. It shoots through the plant, and next you will see the leaves each turn into a food factory. Just like the rhino's protected with horns, the stem of a rose is protected with thorns. And not every plant has those, but there's some thorns on there. Leaves come in all shapes and all sizes I've found, some small and some spiky, some big and some round. So we have the narrow leaves, the toothed edges, the wavy edges, the smooth edges, the lobed edges, the broad flat leaves. But the thing that all leaves have in common is this: they make their own food by photosynthesis. I'll say this quite loudly, and I don't mean to be rude, but plants are the only living thing on earth that make their own food. To do this, plants need water and minerals and sun, and that's why the daytimes when food making's done. For your information and also for fun, hop in my shrinker upper and let's see how it's done. The leaf takes in carbon dioxide through a stomata or pore. It looks like a mouth, and that's what this is for. Then this air gets mixed in and the water and sun, and that's how the food making factory is run. So the stomata, the little tiny pores, water goes in, happens right there, you go. I see by my clock that now is the hour to drop in and say hello to a flower. Plants breathe out a gas that we breathe in, and that name of that gas is oxygen. Thing 2 has a chart. He will share it with you, and that shows what the parts of a flower will do. So we've got all the parts. We've been learning about those. You might have done your plant model on that. In the pistil are ovules. They're unfertilized seeds. The stamen holds pollen, which an ovule needs. An unfertilized ovule will not ever grow. The pollen's the stuff that will fix that, you know. A flower's own pollen or another's, okay? That's where the bees play a role, by the way. That's called pollination, right, guys? To make honey, bees need to get nectar from flowers. They fly and they gather this sweet stuff for hours. The pollen sticks onto their bodies and legs, and it falls off and sometimes reaches the egg. An ovule that's fertilized becomes a seed. Around it grows fruit, upon which we feed. When we say the word fruit, do you know what that means? It means olives and nuts and grains and plantains and tangerines. And apples and oranges and pineapples too. All kinds of plant foods that are healthy for you. Some fruits are juicy and messy to munch on. Dry ones like nuts are nice just to crunch on. Not all the plants with seeds give edible fruit. Some plants have seeds and look rather cute. Look weird or look cute. Burr seeds are hitchhikers that ride on your clothes, and dandelion seeds sometimes fly up your nose. Some seeds comes in pods that explode like a sneeze. Other seeds have wings and can fly on a breeze. But whether they stick or they blow or they fly, seeds bring us life, and now you know why. I see the sun is setting, and here comes the moon. Your mother is calling, your dinner is soon. I hope you have learned from my little seed talk, and now I will climb up this giant beanstalk. And the last part of the book is a bunch of glossary words. So these are vocab words that we either did study or will study that you can take a look at. You could pause the video if you'd like. And then further reading, if you want to read some more, here's a couple of different books and an index with all of the vocab words. There's a whole lot, and it's kind of crazy that they kind of jammed these all into a book like this. So anyways, thanks for listening. Good to see you guys. Have a good day. Bye.